Happy Monday. Welcome to the War Room. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I was in the middle of making a video and everything was going wrong. Couldn't get it together. Uh, yeah, so here we are. Let's hang out, chat for a bit. Whoever wants to hang out. How you doing, Barry? Yes. Monday fire. Yeah, man. Excited to be on here. Hey, Pineapple. How are you? Been good. How are you? Pop you guys out here. So I was gonna do a little, I put as the title Q&A of things that we did at Disney. We are gonna do a video of the things we liked and the things we disliked. There were a lot of things at Disney World we were gonna kind of go over. Our show, our story. Hey, buddy, how are you? How's the family? I can't for the life of me remember your name, man. When I watched your other video, I was like, I don't know. I just draw a blank. I think Mark, but I know it's not Mark. I know Roxy. Hey, Trapper. Yeah, I feel kind of dumb for getting your name, man. Dr. J, yeah. Ruby, yeah. Yeah, I knew your wife's name sounded a lot like Roxy. Or it was the same Hey, Randy's World. How's everybody doing tonight? Pineapple says I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Can I ask you some questions other than Disney? I want to get to know you. Well, you can. I might have an answer. Some things I won't put on here just for privacy of others and stuff like that. Our story. LOL, I'll answer to just about anything. Like, hey man. That's what I usually say. Like, hey man. Hey Angie. I will let Jess know she's kind of busy at the moment, but I will let her know you said hello. I'll chat in a minute, sewing up some jeans at the moment. Okay. We got a sewer. A seamstress. Pineapple says, here are some questions. Yeah, really, a lot of you guys in our videos that we did at Disney were wanting us to kind of go over some of the stuff that we did down there because I guess a few of you are trying to plan a trip for Disney. They're right here off the bat. For anybody that is just now joining or happens to miss the live show here, I want to let you know one thing. If you're planning a trip to Disney World, wait until there's no mask. Wait until you do not have to wear a mask indoors anywhere, because that was the really hard thing. Um, you don't have to wear a mask outside with the people, and that's kind of the one thing that didn't make sense. Like, you don't want, you want people to wear a mask indoors where people are pretty much separated anyway. But for the fireworks, when there's a million people all lodged together, it's okay. And that was kind of a little bit of an issue I had. Hey, Dave. I was gonna message you. I kind of did this on a whim here because I was starting to do a video on some of this stuff, and I was like, you know what? I'll just go live and kind of do a Q&A. So if anybody has any questions that really pertains to our vacation trip, what we liked and what we disliked. Like I said before, we're gonna do a video eventually on what we liked and disliked. There were a few dislikes with Disney that they really need to clean up. I don't know if a lot of you saw the Jessica's birthday thing, but they need to get the trams working. If you drive and if you park in the parking lot, they are sending, especially at Magic Kingdom, they are sending people all the way around the back end of the parking lot, all the way down the side to the tunnel, and then up through the tunnel to the monorail or the boat. And it was like that last day that we were at Magic Kingdom, I swear I thought I was going to fall over. It was 100 degrees. And of course, that was the day the 50th merchandise came out. So I think they were expecting a really large crowd. Now, a couple of you guys were asking us about that because I know somebody who is about to drive, and then they have a friend who is handicapped. Well, that's one other problem that we noticed here. And again, I'm just going to get this out here and we'll be done with it for now. Even the handicapped area at Magic Kingdom is far away from the entrance. And that was something that I did not like. That was something that I really thought Disney could do better. You spend a lot of money to go into these parks, and if you have to hassle around, you know, trying to get your buddy, if you have any kind of handicap, and I'll tell you what, it felt like my ankles were so numb by the time we got in there, I couldn't feel my feet anymore. And that's one thing you might want to think about if you're planning, a quick trip to Disney World. And a few of you have emailed me, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring this out here right away in the beginning of this live stream. So if somebody comes on here and wasn't able to get into the live stream right away, those are kind of my thoughts on that. Now but I just wanted to let you guys know that because that was really rough. Pineapple says, what's your favorite color, favorite movie? What's your favorite genre in music? How often do you travel around the world? And have you ever been to Arizona? And where is Disney World? Where is Disney World located in? Well, Disney World's located in Orlando, Florida, which is right in the center of Florida. My favorite color, I don't know. Maybe black. I like black. Favorite movie? That's a tough one. I'll get back to that one. What's your favorite genre in music? I like all music. I play guitar, so I mean, not that has anything to do with it. But I like anything that has good guitar instrumental in it. Also piano. I do play some piano, so I like a little bit of everything. I never travel around the world. I have been to Arizona once. I was in Phoenix for about a day on my way to Disneyland in California. Also, wait for the character meet and greets. Dave, that's never really been. I mean, yeah, if you want to, if that, I say that to people who have never been. If you've never been to Disney World, wait till everything's all the way back open. I don't know if they'll ever do those again, at least not in the way they used to. That might be something where you got to get reservations. So, it seems like a lot of things are changing. Also, I don't know if any Disney fans have heard. It seems like, and I just saw this, just brought it to my attention, that Animal Kingdom's new kite show, the kites are going all over the place. They're going in the stands. They're falling in the water. It's a nightmare. They just need to stop all nighttime shows or not all shows at Animal Kingdom, because I love the Lion King thing. But yeah, Rivers of Light didn't work, and the kite thing seems like it's going to be a catastrophe. Hey, Guinea. You're working as we speak, huh? I wish we were close by. I made vegetable soup for dinner. I gotta say, it was pretty delicious. I know. I can't believe that's the last Ponderosa in the country. That's amazing. I wonder, I haven't looked it up yet, but I wonder if there's still Bonanza, if Bonanza is still around, because that's like the more western part of the United States of what Ponderosa is. They're like the same company, just different name. Kind of like Hardee's and Carl's Jr. or White Castle and Crystal Burger. They're kind of, which those, I don't know. I've had Crystals before. That is nothing like White Castle. They look the same, the little small hamburger sliders, but I think White Castle is way better. Barry says, have you Been seeing the crowds this past week and weekend. They are literally packed in like sardines. You and Jessica picked a great time to go. That was one of my other issues, Barry. That was a big one for us, is that they were very crowded when we were there too. They are crowded now because of the 50th anniversary. But to be as crowded as they were, I there was a one day there where I felt like they were pretty close to maximum capacity. And at least they were for the fireworks. I mean, it was as far back as I've ever seen. And um it just, for them trying to be safe with the masks and everything indoors. When we were down there, it was 100 degrees. It was 90, 92, 93 every day with a heat index over 100. And it was like we were not even wanting to really go into the stores, which we did. But it was like to put a mask on, and then, a lot of the rides, there's very few rides that you can ride even outdoors where you don't have to wear a mask. When we were waiting in line for Slinky Dog, we were like, because they have people that tell you right at the front, like, you got to put a mask on, you got to put a mask on. And then when you get on the ride, there's like 20 people that don't have masks on, and nobody is saying anything about it. And it's like, well, you just told me to put my mask on. Tell all them too. There's a lot of issues we have with that. We may go over that in a video, eventually. There's a lot of stuff with last Friday's live show. There was a lot of stuff I wanted to go over, but I didn't, with our first live show back and everything, I didn't want to go in too deep. I didn't want to get ridiculous. And I don't want to, it was like some of the bad stuff was still kind of fresh in my mind, and I didn't want to just talk about it because I know I don't want you guys to not go. I mean, I do in a way, because it's like, maybe you should wait. If I know a couple of you who've reached out to us, we're planning on going in like November. Okay. If you already have your trip planned and all that, go have fun. Don't worry about it. I'm hoping that a lot of the stuff is going to change here soon. We heard a lot of tram talk that they were going to start training people to do the trams. And I'm thinking to myself, why haven't you trained these people already? I see, some grandma and grandpa, 80 years old, doing the same walk we are. I seen a guy who was basically crawling at the end of the night to get back to his car. And it's like, you know, that's not cool. And I was pretty disappointed with that. It costs a lot of money to go to Disney, and that's one of the things, is they should at least take you to the front gate. Dr. J says, got jeans done. A male who sews is a tailor. I know, man. I was just messing with you. Oh, what was the ballpark cost of y'all's trip? Well, okay. So our hotel, the Homewood Suites that we stayed at, very nice hotel. Very nice. I won't go all into that. We did a video on that, but it was 1,300 and some change for almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Now, we booked that back in like December or January, somewhere around there. And it was an incredible price. We were looking up the price of what that place would be if we had just booked it like a couple weeks before we left. And it was about 20, I think it was like 25, $2,600, which even that is worth it compared to what you would pay staying on Disney property or something like that. And actually, I think it was like 22 or 23. I'll have to ask Jess. But it was the parks. We got a 7-day ticket package with Disney World. It was $450 a piece for me and Jess. So it was basically, excuse me, it was basically like getting 3 days in the park for free. So that was the best deal. We had thought about getting a pass, and just one of us, so that the next time we would go, we would get free parking and all that stuff. But as we were adding up everything of what the parking cost, savings in the rough amount of what we would have spent on souvenirs, we were still like $700 off of what the pass would have cost. So it was like, we just weren't going to do it. I know a lot of you guys were asking us if we were just going to upgrade to a pass. and it just didn't make sense financially, and not just financially, but in today's world, we don't know what's going to happen 6 months from now. So that was another thing kind of hanging on our shoulders, that we didn't want to spend this kind of money without a guarantee that we were going to be able to get it back. Let's see here. Dave says, yes, the handicap parking is far away. I know from personal experience with Morgan. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, okay, so to me, like, if you're gonna spend, okay, so handicap parking and the uh uh the upgrade, if you spend $40 to park preferred, they call it preferred. Now it's pretty much right next to the handicap parking. It's like the same parking lot. So if you still need the tram to get there. I mean, it's a little bit less of a walk, but not much. Not much. Like I was like, I'm not spending $40 to save maybe 2 football fields of walking. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know. There were a lot of people who were doing it, and I don't know, not us. It was like when we were halfway through our trip, the first couple days we were pretty wore out, but I think after a while, a lot of things that I was talking about in previous videos was Disney sizing, something I call Disney exercising, just getting your feet going, getting the blood going. Do a lot of walks. I was walking, maybe a mile a day there toward the end, which didn't really seem to help because I was still beat to death. But you do a lot of walking at Disney, whether you take a tram from the parking lot or not. That was kind of my point, is that if you're walking at least, it's over a mile. Okay, I know I say 2 miles. It's probably more like a mile, mile and a half. But when you're walking in those parks all day long, you just spent, if you're not staying for a week or whatever, you just spent $100 on a ticket, and you go and you walk through those parks. You walk through one of those parks all day long, and then you get back. You're done. You go through the exit. You still have like a mile and a half to 2 miles to walk. And I'm telling you right now, like, if you're planning on going to Disney and you're driving, I would just wait. I would wait, or unless you're in great shape and you don't mind doing hikes like that. I mean, we were doing this every day. I have been, and the thing, I know a lot of you guys probably noticed that I didn't do a video today. I have been beat to death. I did so many videos on this vacation. I tried to do so many that I would be able to take a few days off because I'm trying to stick true to the daily vlog, and all that stuff. But I couldn't even. I was like, that's another reason I wanted to do the live show today, because it's like I just don't have the energy. I'm trying to build myself back from this enormous vacation that we had. And I don't know how much we walked. I wish I had one of those like Apple Watches or something, but I swear we've walked over 100 miles in the last 2 weeks, maybe more. Dave says, "Is Jess in here?" She's doing some things. She's got some stuff she's got to do. She was gonna actually jump on here tonight, but she's got some things she's got to do before work tomorrow. See, speaking of Disney, we were able to get all 50 of the Disney World 50th anniversary figures from McDonald's. Wow. How'd you do that? I know we got a few of them. They're cool looking. Like, kudos on McDonald's. Like, I mean, obviously, Disney worked that out, but they're cool looking toys. Barry said, should the Animal Kingdom should be the Animal Kingdom drone show. It should. I don't know if that's incorporated with the Kite show or not. I haven't seen it yet. There's a lot of things I haven't done. I've kind of been burned out the last week, so I'm just trying to collect myself, collect my thoughts, and kind of get back on the normal scheme of things. We want to do a video of all the stuff we got and all that, but it's like just getting back this last week and getting back to work. Today felt great. I was like, I worked. I didn't think about any videos or anything like that. I needed to take a step back for a day to kind of just breathe and get myself together. I feel like I missed something here. Our show says, I think we'll stick to Dollywood. Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, Disney's great. Don't get me wrong. It's just the times we're in right now. I don't know. Like the not the trams, not having them escort you to the front of the park. That's not good business any way you look at it. I know huge Disney fans will try and defend that. Well, they don't have employees. Well, you got 40 people working in a kiosk, right? You got 3 people at each ride telling people to put masks on. Oh man, I see. I just I didn't want to really get into it because it's really upsetting. Um, but we had a blast. We had a great time. I don't want to take away from that. And for now, yeah, man, I would stick to Dollywood. Bob, hey, buddy. Oh, that's okay, man. This was a last minute thing. Mr. Michael Andrews, hey, buddy. How are you, man? You doing all right? Furman says there is a Ponderosa in Hillsboro. I think it's closed, Dave. Are you sure about that? If it is, I'm going to need that address. Barry says, oh, hey, congrats on the UDF exposure and all. Man, I got to say, thank you. Thank you very much. It was really cool. For those of you who don't know, United Dairy Farmers, which is an ice cream / gas station, convenience store around here in Cincinnati, they really liked the review that I gave them on their ice cream and everything, and they actually put me in one of their ads. That's really cool. If you, I haven't put up a link to our Instagram, but if you follow our Facebook page, I can put it up on there. I can't say it, or you can look up Adventures with Danno UDF ice cream, and our video will pop up, so you can watch the entire video if you want. But yeah, it's really cool. That's something that's I didn't know what to say when that all happened. I just looked at Jess and said, I'm in an ad for UDF. She was like, what? Nancy B. Hello. Says, hey, everybody saying hi. Nancy says, Barry, you are so funny. Show our story. Seems like Walt Disney World is trying to nickel and dime its guests, trying to get all that money back from being closed. Yes, I, you know, I agree. I don't want to. I don't want to because I try to. It's our happy place. But I'll tell you what, the happy place these days, it's a pretty penny, and they need to do better. They should be doing better. I don't get it. It's like I don't want to talk bad about them, but the whole tram thing from the very first day kind of set the mood for Disney for me. But what topped it off is that you guys don't care if these guys are shoulder to shoulder sneezing in each other's faces outside. But you go inside and you got to wear a mask. It's like, so I come out of the 100-degree heat to come in here where it's probably more safe. The air conditioner's blowing, they got doors open, ventilating everything. I just don't get it. I know that there's probably a huge Disney fan base that is wants the mask indoors. Universal's packed, and they're not doing any of this. They're like, well, we recommend you wear a mask indoors, but hey, that's your life. You do what you want. Which I think sends a bold message because Disney's probably worried about not being able to sell merchandise because people will be afraid to go into the stores. Well, I'm afraid to go into the stores because I can't breathe in a mask when I've just walked around your park for 2 hours. I mean, it's like I'm staying outside. Like I might buy an ice cream, thanks. Which we went indoors for a lot of stuff. Obviously, the 50th anniversary, we went in there, but we probably didn't do as much shopping. Well, I know we didn't do as much shopping at the parks as we normally do. We would go to like Disney Springs where it's kind of easy access. That's kind of our favorite spot at Disney anyway. Well, mine, I like it for multiple reasons. Great food, for one. Disney Springs is great when it comes to restaurants. Cheaper foods, not too much cheaper, but cheaper than the parks, no doubt. And some better home cooked type meals, which we needed. Everybody saying hi to Nancy. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get used to this new platform thing here. Like I was telling you guys last week, this screen is very touchy now. Like when I touch it with my mouse, it scrolls all the way down to the bottom. Dave Furman says Disney bus transportation is not that great right now. I know. And that's I I understand the employee count there. Okay. It's like they're not paying people enough. Like if you want to pay me $25, $30 an hour, I'm on my way. I will drive those kids to Magic Kingdom in the bus singing zippity doo dah all the way there. Like, but they're probably not paying that. They're probably starting people at like $12 an hour and hoping they find somebody. Or they're just not, of course they got the Skyliner now, which only helps out a couple different resorts. Another thing I didn't like is me and Jess weren't allowed to drive to resorts to do shopping or to check them out. I did not like that. Now, if you're looking at like a high dollar resort or something like that, I understand that. But me and Jess have always stayed at Pop Century, and it's like we like going in there. We like eating in the eatery they got, some good foods in there. We like shopping in their little store and just hanging out there. We weren't allowed to do that unless we had a dinner. I actually called them on the phone. I managed to find a phone number because Disney has a number that bounces you from one person to another person, and then you never know. You might wait on hold for an hour, But I managed to find Pop Century's actual phone number, and I called them, and the guy said to me, he said, "Well, if you have a reservation for dinner, you can come here." And I said, "Well, you guys don't have reservations. This is a fast service restaurant." And he said, "Well, yeah, but," and I don't know if I don't know if he was thinking that maybe I'd want to go to another resort or something. I'm like, "No, we stayed at your guys' resort for years. We'd like to come in and spend a little bit of money." I think I actually said that, like not mean or nothing. I was nice about it. But and it's like, well, you guys probably just lost 50, $60, and I don't know. And it's like, is COVID like gonna stop you guys from doing all this stuff? Like, look up my name. Look up what I've spent at your hotels, and I'm sure they'll come back and they'll say, "Well, sir, everybody spends that." And I'll be like, "Well, yeah." But I don't know. And Jess didn't want me to call him. She said that you're just going to upset yourself. Don't do it. She already knew. Jess knows everything when it comes to Disney and what's going on and all that stuff. But I always like it never hurts to ask. Never hurts to ask. Always remember that in anything. Never hurts to ask. And the guy was nice about it. He was just doing what he's told. But I just thought that was, that was just kind of another slap in the face. Like, y'all just missed out on $60 for 1 hour of us just hanging out in your lobby. Barry says, so we need to do a Disney triathlon instead of Disney sizing. Yes. Yeah, man, you got to try out like you're going for the decathlon. Try out. Yeah, it's crazy. Up there's Jess. She's in a ghostly mood. Holly, hello. Sorry guys. Yeah, if it takes me a minute to get to you, this was a Disney, kind of letting it all out. All the good things are obvious. You guys know all the good things already. And yeah, I haven't seen the 50th show yet. I know that's out. Yeah, and you're right, Barry. It was a good time to go down there because that place is a straight up madhouse right now. And it's like, why again, what's the mask doing when you have thousands and thousands of people? It's not doing anything. I mean, we were right for the last day, we were right up front in the middle of the fireworks. We were like, well, it's Jessica's birthday. Or no, was it your birthday, Jess? I don't know. The second time. Oh no, it was the Boo Bash thing. They let you come in early when you purchase the nighttime Halloween party tickets. So we got up there right at the beginning of the fireworks and just stood there for about 45 minutes. And of course, it is just as packed as you can imagine. And they're even pushing people. They're like, well, we need you to scoot in as much as you can. Okay, scoot in as much as you can. So you're condoning this, but when I want to go and cool off and get an ice cream and actually spend money, you want me to wear a mask. Sorry, I'm Jess had kept talking about it. She was like, this is ridiculous. And for Jess to say something like that at Disney, it's a problem. Dave Furman says it was hard to get all the figures. There is a Facebook group someone started where you can trade for the ones you need. Oh, like the McDonald's things. Yeah, I don't know how. I remember we tried to do all that the last time, and it was like I went to like 10 different McDonald's trying to get them, and there was one or two we could never get. It's like, I don't know. That's just hard to do. You could set them up in front of your castle, though, which we haven't even started on ours yet. I was wanting to start on it the other day, but Jess kind of wants to do it together. Kind of like the souvenirs. Like she's not really able to, we're not able to do it right now. So we're going to do a video probably of all the souvenirs. We might actually have to break that up into 2 videos, though, because we got so much crap. Saying hi to Jess. Hey, Dave. Says story says that's awesome. Angie says there's a Ponderosa in Wheelersburg, Ohio. Okay, well, I guess yeah, that's awesome. Our waitress might have, she might have meant the only one in Florida. So that might have been that. Because yeah, if that's one. Dave says there's one in Hillsboro. A little bit of a drive for us, but might be worth it if we're up that way. Hillsboro's not that far. Just says, hello, our show. Nancy says, I miss our Ponderosa. I love that place. I loved Ponderosa. It was really nice to eat down there. Dave says, Ponderosa address, 545 South High Street, Hillsboro, Ohio. Cool, man. Jot that down, Jess. Is that close to where you live, man? Maybe we can meet there for lunch sometime. That's a cool picture, Dave. Jason, good morning from Australia. Yeah. I seen you got a video up, man. I'm going to check it out here when we get done here in a little bit. Angie says, hey, Jess. Hi, Angie. Let's see how well my memory is, Holly. Your birthday's on the 27th. Is that right? Oh, I'll tell you what. Gatorade. I don't know what's going on with Gatorade. They're like sold out everywhere. I saw a couple today. I snatched them up. They're like on strike or something. Jess says, that's cool. Happy early birthday. Trying to play catch up here. Pineapple says, I just fell off my bed laughing. Barry says, sounds like a job for Sir Sean Connery or Captain Barbosa. Next time you call Pop Century, sounds like you need to let loose the big guns and take care of business. Let off the big guns. You better start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one. Yeah, we haven't seen Pirates of the Caribbean in a while. We're gonna have to rewatch that one. Jess is it's funny. Jessica's favorite Pirates movie, I think, is the second one, which is funny. I mean, I pretty much like them in order. Real quick, and I know it's funny, because a lot of people will disagree with me on this, but anything with Sylvester Stallone, I always think the second movie's better. I don't know if it takes him a movie to get into what he's doing to the next movie. I thought Rambo 2 was better. When he goes full butt kicking, it's like the first one, he's just kind of in the woods. Yeah, you find out, he's a killing machine. He's a ranger. He can take down anybody, which is cool. But then in the second one, he's, looked at as the good guy who's literally taking down everybody he sees, actually wins in Rocky 2, which. Sorry, guys. I'm trying not to get too far behind. I get on my rants. I think some of you guys realize that and stop commenting for a minute. Barry says, man, I hate it for y'all. I know how much you and Jess love it there. Maybe things will get better by the next time you go. Yeah, I hope so. The time we went before this, because we were down there for a week. Now, we only went for a couple days because we were just hanging out with Jessica's family mostly. And a lot of her family live in Florida, as most of you guys know. And you had to wear the mask everywhere. Like, you had to wear them outside. Anywhere on Disney property, you had to have a mask on. And I'll tell you what, if it hadn't been one of the coldest winters Florida's ever had, it would have been a nightmare. There is no way we could have done that when we went down there this time. No way. I'd have been like, give me my money back. I'm out of here. Release the cannons. Sending you a text picture. Yeah, I saw him, Dave. Yes, time not to be Mr. Nice Guy. Holly says, you got that right. Yep, my birthday is the 27th. See? I remember. Talking to Nancy. Do you guys have a restaurant in Ohio called Steak and Ale? I don't remember that. I think you've talked about that before, though, Barry. You know what? For as little stuff as we have around here, I'm open to try anything new. Anything. Unless it's like a anchovy and eel bar. Like, I'm down for anything except that. Let's not forget Captain Hook. I hate Peter Pan. Oh, we have time for Stallone's rant. Oh no. I won't ask you to stop being a woman. Don't ask me to stop being a man. Dr. J says, y'all have a great night. Gotta head out. Great chatting with y'all. Look forward to seeing you next adventure. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. You guys too. Our adventure, have a great YouTube channel. Check him out. Him and his family. Rudy, Roxy. They're really nice people. And they do similar to this channel. They do food reviews and vlogs and all kinds of cool stuff. Nancy says, "No, Barry, we had a Steak and Shake." I think Steak and Shake is everywhere, but out of business everywhere. We've been all over, and there was one in Florida. Or was that Florida, Jess? I don't even know if she's still on. We ate at a Steak and Shake on vacation, and the food was okay, but they have no service. Like, you got to go pick the tray up. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. And it didn't taste as good as it used to. A lot of real quick, a lot of fast food restaurants in Florida, unless I guess you're from Florida, they taste so different than they do up here. Their water is terrible. I mean, Florida's water, I think I mentioned this in the last live show. It's ridiculous. It tastes like you're drinking a match. Sulfur. There is sulfur in that water, and they're cooking with that, and that can't be good. Big Bang Matt, what's up, buddy? Oh, good. It's still going. I haven't missed anything. I was making a Disney crossover trailer for a storyline I'm creating. That's awesome. Do you have a YouTube channel, Matt? That sounds really cool, man. Barry says, "Gotcha." Nancy says, "Okay, Danno, now I'm laughing my head off." Big Bang Matt says, "Yeah, I do." Okay. I'll check you out, man. I never knew that. And if you've said that before and I missed it, I apologize, but yeah, I'll check it out, man. That sounds really cool. Barry says, "Steak and Ale was a nice steakhouse. They have closed all the locations. Y'all talking about Ponderosa made me think of it." Yeah, and that's the thing, like, Ponderosa, there's something about the way they cook their stuff that makes it good. I don't know what it is. Their steaks taste different. Like, it doesn't taste like what you eat at home. It doesn't taste like what you cook up at home. There's a certain kind of spice that they use that is, I swear, in every one of their steaks, whether you get the fillet or the ribeye. But what's really awesome is that you spend $15, $16 on a steak and you get the buffet for free. And there's make your own everything, salads, chicken wings if you want. I think it's like $15 for the buffet, and the buffet alone is worth it. Like, you could eat all day. It's like a better tasting Golden Corral, if that makes any sense. I haven't eaten at a Golden Corral in a long time, and I would sure love to. I know there's one in Kentucky right across the river, but we're lazy. It's also a Texas Roadhouse, which we will be visiting here soon, Jess. I have a hankering for them ribs. That's awesome, Matt. Make movies. I'll check you out, buddy. Yeah, everybody, if you haven't checked out Big Bang Matt's channel, check out his channel. He's been a long time follower of us. Jason said, also PFam5, other awesome channel. I remember Steak and Ale and Quincy's. The name Steak and Ale sounds familiar to me. Not that I know of, I've never been to one. Barry says, "Yes, Jason, now we're talking." Big Bang Man, I'll be honest with you. I miss Golden Corral. Haven't been there since I was a kid. It's been a long time. Like, and it's kind of a funny story. Like, our Golden Corral down the street closed. I don't know why. That place was always packed. And a funeral home is there now. So, I don't know. I will say, me and my neighbor at the time, Golden Corral had just opened. Like, it was the second day. They had opened on a Friday, and we had eaten there that Saturday night. And we were, and he was a neighbor growing up, kind of like an uncle to me, some years older, and he's an alcoholic. I haven't seen him in a few years, but he's, I don't know, probably in his mid 60s, and he drinks to his passion. He just, I don't know, drinks too much. And I was like, he was wanting to go and everything, and I was like, well, I'll drive. You ain't driving, because he was drunk. And we go up to Golden Corrals, like, because he was all excited. He was like, you can get in with steak, because they had some kind of steak deal going on where they were just chucking them out, grand opening. And I just remember, all I remember really about being there was, and I got some of the pot roast, and the pot roast is delicious, and the potatoes and all that. And we're sitting there, and he's eating, and I'm not kidding you, man. He is sitting there with steaks, and he is just using his hands. He looks like a bear, like he's just like not even using a fork or anything, like Homer Simpson. And I look over and I see these paramedics run in. They're running in Golden Corral, and I'm like, what's going on? And there's this lady. I mean, she was a big lady, like big lady, and she was having a heart attack. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, we gotta get, and there's all these people trying to help her, and everything. They're trying to, like, help her out, because she was a really big lady. She needed help. And the paramedics were trying to get people away and all that stuff. And there he is, my buddy, in the back corner, the only one back there, still just chomping on steaks, not even paying attention. I'm like, the whole store is trying to help this lady, and he's in the back just eating away. That's my, oh, if I was a YouTuber, then that would have went viral. Like, oh, this lady's having a heart attack, but this guy don't care. Look at that. He's eating 30 steaks. Oh, that would have been funny. He says, free buffet with your funeral service. Yeah, pretty much. Crisco, what's up, buddy? Another great YouTuber. Does a lot of live stuff with his goats. Yeah, man, go Bengals. Boy, did you see that game? Boy, Bengals, they are stomping. I don't want to get too early, but they're looking pretty good. Buckeye Bob, what's up, buddy? How are you, man? Yeah, that's yeah, Joe Burrow's been killing it, man. He threw for like 300 and something yards in the second half. I couldn't believe it. Typical Bengals, it was like 14-0 in the first half. And I'm like, Thursday night, I'm like, see, it's because I'm staying up trying to watch this. I'm about ready to turn it off and go to bed, because I hate those night games, because I got to get up early. And boy, soon as second half hit, Joe Burrow throws 2 touchdowns in like 5 minutes. And it was all she wrote after that. We scored another touchdown, I think, in the fourth quarter, and it was over. Matt says, he like, okay, she's having heart attack. Don't mind me. I'm just eating. You guys do whatever you want. Yeah, that's exactly what was going on through his head. He didn't even know what was going on. He had drank probably a fifth of Kentucky Tavern, which is gut rot of whiskeys. Well, no, I can't say that. I've had Kentucky Tavern. It's not too bad. It's a smooth whiskey, actually. Buckeye Bob, doing good, Burrow. Burrow looks like the next Tom Brady. Man, I wasn't gonna say it like before, because I know all my buddies were calling me up Friday, and I got we're huge Bengals fans here, and he looked surgical. He did, and that is what I've been calling Tom Brady for years. Like, he just performed surgery on that team, and I mean, when he's in the zone, and that's not to say that he wasn't in the zone in the first half either. It's things just don't fall into place like you want them to all the time. Organized football is a lot, especially in the NFL. It's a lot like a chess game. Like, this piece has to go here, or this person can come here. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything has to kind of meld together, or it doesn't work. And I will say, for everybody that's been hating on Zach Taylor, these second halves, we have come back and like had a killer game plan. Like, we're not very good at beating the Steelers. Now the Steelers aren't that good this year, so I don't know, but they're still the Steelers. And I don't put nothing past them ever, you know. And we beat the brains in. And I liked it. Sorry if any of you guys are Steelers fans. Barry says you need to be going to the Cincinnati Bearcats games. They are doing a great job. Yeah, you can't get any tickets, man. They're all sold out. I know. And really, man, they're a lot of fun. But I love watching them on TV. It's nice going down to a Bengals game, but even those are selling out like crazy because I know last week was a sellout. Um, yeah, the Bearcats games they're tough. They're because the kids and their families and all that, they get first pick, right? They get the first thing, and that makes it hard for everybody else. A lot of people, a couple of my friends have season tickets. Um, but Nippert Stadium isn't that big. It only holds about 40,000 people, which, yeah, 40,000 people. But, it's not like Ohio State that holds like 110,000. You have no problem going to one of those games, you know. But yeah, when they only have 40,000 seats, and I would say probably a good third of those are set up for visitors, like visiting team. Maybe not a third, maybe like a fourth, because they get pretty crazy down there. I did a video. Well, I'm gonna do another video down there, maybe during game day, to give you guys a look of how crazy it really is. Nice people, but man, I'll tell you what, it's maybe not somewhere you want to bring your kids because they get pretty wild. Bengals are good. Our fans, the Bengals fans, are really awesome. Never had any problem, none. And but I've heard some things at UC, and really that's probably just one different situation. I don't know. They can get crazy. Ray says, looks like Urban Meyer's in trouble. I don't know why he went to the NFL. I thought that was a mistake from the beginning. All right, buddy. See you, Jason. Have a good night, man. Yeah, I never really thought Urban Meyer was fit to be an NFL coach. I kind of thought the same with what's his name's brother, Brian Kelly's brother, who coached Oregon, and then didn't he go coach not Seattle? I forget what team he coached, but I mean, a lot of these, and this is why, Nick Saban. Nick Saban used to coach in the NFL. Goes to college, he's a huge success. Everybody's saying, why don't he go to the NFL? Well, he's been there, and it didn't work out so well. And he's making plenty of money doing what he's doing. And that's why I don't understand. Like, I don't know. I think with Urban Meyer's situation, it was more like nobody really wanted him that would pay him the amount of money that he's worth. And I think that might have been part of the problem. But with college, there's so much more involved. NFL is all about money. I hate to say it, but it is. And college is all about money for the coaches. So it's like I don't. Of course, they're all rich. Urban Meyer's got more money than he needs. So what would you say was the highlight of your trip this year? The Disney trip? I don't know, man. That Savi's workshop where I built the lightsaber, that was pretty epic. And that was the same day that we also got to have a couple drinks at Oga's Cantina, which was awesome. I mean, that was probably the highlight. I really enjoyed our last day. We were just gonna relax, maybe order a pizza. We were gonna do a live show at the hotel, and it was like, well, and I wanted to go out somewhere. I was like, let's go somewhere. It's our last day. We were leaving the next day, and we went to Universal, and we were only gonna do a couple things and then leave. And we were there all day. We went through both parks. It was a lot of fun. I think that's probably most of the rides that we did. That Jurassic Park river ride, I love it, and Jess loves it, which is even cooler. Um, because she don't ride much anymore. As far as like she'll ride roller coasters, anything that for some reason she doesn't get too mixed up on. She gets the motion sickness, but it doesn't bother her too much on roller coasters. But if something's doing this, like if you're in a simulator, like 3D, if she has to wear 3D glasses, that don't work. And a lot of the stuff at Universal is 3D, but I rode Transformers, Spider-Man. We did the walk through Hogwarts, rode the train. It was just a really nice day. It was a beautiful day. It wasn't as hot, and it was just a really fun time that day. That was probably the highlight of the trip for me. I'm sure hers was probably Magic Kingdom at some point. The Boo Bash was really awesome too. The Halloween party, that was pretty awesome. And there were a lot of people saying it's not worth the price. I don't know. I mean, for you can get in there at 7 o'clock, so it's like $100, right? And you can't go all day, but you don't really stay all day anyway. Most people. But you got in at 7 and it went on till midnight, and we got free candy, free ice cream, free drinks, free 20 ounces. We came out of there with probably $25 worth of 20-ounce Coca-Colas and Sprites and waters. I mean, my book bag that I was carrying around, that thing was full. Hers was full. And it was like, we got our money's worth, I felt. And the music, you guys, if you like rock music, you like dark, villainous rock music, like that just goes with the party. That was awesome. If you guys haven't seen that video, check it out. It's the Boo Bash. We're dressed up like, and I got a hat on. This hat, as a matter of fact. So look for the thumbnail where I'm wearing this hat. That's the Boo Bash video. We do so many videos, it's hard to really track. I can't even tell you what I titled it, like Craziness at Magic Kingdom or something. I have had other YouTubers tell me, like, well, you should put dates on your daily vlogs. It's like, well, the problem with putting a date on it's okay to do, but it's like, say 5 or 6 years down the road, well, nobody's going to want to see a 2021 version of a Halloween party. So it's like, I don't want to title it 2021. Like they say, well, that'll help push your video out like fast. And I'm not trying to mock nobody by saying that, but I'm not looking to get it pushed out fast. I'm looking at the long run. I'm looking at it like, what's this video going to do in the future? And I don't really, I'm fine with what it does. I'm happy to just have it as memories for me and Jess and entertainment for you guys. Every video that we do, we think of you guys who watch us. I think, what's Barry going to like? What's Matt going to like? You know, what's Buckeye Bob gonna like? What's Crisco gonna like? I think of things that, okay, for the people who are already watching the show, for people that join in the future and want to see in the future, that's cool. But my focus is to bring you guys stuff that I know you guys are enjoying. I mean, that's how we have fun with it. Matt says, have you went to Space 2020? No. As a matter of fact, I think it just opened when we were there. It was a ridiculously long line. It was like a 6-hour line. It looks really cool. It does. We watched a video on it. It looks pretty amazing, like you said. We'll get around to that because they weren't doing reservations. You had to wait in line, and then there was a possibility that you wouldn't even get in. And it's like, why would I wait like 4 or 5 hours in line for something? I heard that most of everybody got in, so that's good. And they had something set up to where if people would want to come back, if they had still something like in their trip, where they could come back, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but apparently everybody was satisfied. Barry says, yeah, that lightsaber in Star Wars bar is a good one for sure. Yeah, man. As far as coolest day ever, I mean, that's it right there. It's the best day of my life. Oh, wait, no. That was the day I married Jess. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have built that lightsaber. I mean, I never had any plans to do something like that. I didn't. It was like, you know, you always think about it, especially when you're down there, but it's a lot of money, and you really just that's kind of what I've always thought is, it can buy a lot of stuff for what it would cost for this, but she had been saving money for it for a long time, and bless her heart. Best anniversary gift ever. Brady says if Jessica can ride a log flume ride, she shouldn't have any problem with Ripsaw Falls. The last hill is not as bad as it looks. Yeah, I remember you saying that. We actually talked about that, Barry. She could ride that. Yeah. She'll ride water rides. Splash Mountain. We ride Splash Mountain. And all the ones at Kings Island, the log flume, and I'm glad they had the log flume. I wish they still had the other one that went up real high, the keel boats or something. That was a lot of fun. Also, for our Kings Island fans, we are going to be going up to Kings Island, hopefully this weekend. I know a couple of you guys were asking, are we going to do the Halloween haunt? Yes, we are. It's just, it's planning things. I got something coming up with a good friend of mine's birthday Saturday, so we're doing a party there. I wish we would all just go up to Kings Island. That'd be a lot of fun. But definitely want to cover the number one Halloween haunt in the country. Apparently, I guess Kings Island's outdone themselves. I got to get up there and check it out because I don't know. A lot of people have disagreed with me. I don't know. I haven't been there, so um, I don't even think they did Halloween haunt last year. Um, but it must be pretty intense this year. So if we do, I'll film whatever I can. I know a lot of the haunted houses and stuff, you're not allowed to film inside, but if they have like scare zones, like kind of like Halloween Horror Nights, if they have those, I know you can film those. They can't stop you from filming outside, or maybe they can. I don't know. I do ask, like I know some of you guys have asked me before if like when I go into a restaurant or something, I do ask if I can film in there. I don't put it on the video, but I do ask everybody. Now, if it's a public store, I don't ask because people don't care. It's like Walmart. Like Walmart, they want the free advertising. It's like, and I gotta tell you, if you guys have seen my video at Walmart the other day, man, they are loaded with Halloween stuff. Everything I got on film there the other day doesn't even really compare to everything they have. So whatever Walmart's close to you, you might want to check it out if you want some Halloween gear. Yeah, they're not paying me to say that either. Thought I'd throw that out there. I do, it's really cool that United Dairy Farmers got a hold of us about the ice cream review. And it really got me thinking. I'm like, if UDF, right, they found my video and they loved it. So we worked out things where they could take clips of the video and stuff like that. It got me thinking, if I can do this with UDF, maybe I can do this with some other places and maybe some big name brands, of people, products. And I know this stuff's out there. Never really thought about doing that kind of stuff with my channel. But if it was things like I use, like camping gear or something like that, it's like, it'd be cool to be in an ad. And, I don't know. It's pretty neat. They should have gave me a free ice cream or something, but no, it's all right. It's great advertisement. It's great advertisement for the channel. We got a lot of hits on Instagram, so I mean, it's good for that. And it's just really cool to get to know that even the higher ups of some of these places are seeing. We've had some higher ups at Kings Island watch our videos, and they really appreciate them. I've been emailed from Kings Island before, and I got an email real quick. One of the first videos that I was going to do, Because my whole idea when I started with YouTube is I wanted to kind of do reviews of places like hotels, restaurants, stuff like that. And we, I had done like a couple videos, didn't really know what I was doing, and I wanted to go to Great Wolf Lodge, which is right next to Kings Island, right? Well, so I go to Great Wolf Lodge. I didn't really know nothing, and I'm like, I go in there and I'm filming the outside. I do my little intro or whatever, and I go inside and I talk to this lady, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm wanting to do a video of the hotel here, just show off some of the, the pools and the slides, free advertising for you." Which I don't even know if I said that at the time. And the lady had talked to a lady, and then another lady talked to a lady, a manager, and she said, "Well, sir, that sounds really awesome, but I can't authorize you to do that." And she ended up contacting the media at Great Wolf Lodge, and they had checked my channel out, and I had like 2 or 3 videos on there, and she was very nice, and she said, "We'll keep your information and we'll let you know in the future." Well, I had gotten an email a couple months ago, and I think it was Grey Wolf Lodge. Like it was the same email from that lady reminding me that they had my thing, my information and stuff on file. So I don't know if they had seen a couple of my Kings Island reviews and were thinking about contacting me to do a review for their hotel and everything, but who knows? Something like that might happen in the future. Let's see. Can Jessica ride Cali River Rapids? Yes, she can. If so, she could ride Bill Burgess at Islands of Adventure too. Yeah, yeah, we're going to have an all out Universal trip. We are thinking about having a week at Universal this spring. Now that's, we're trying to work out the details and seeing how we can even do that. Because excuse me, because we'll probably have to fly down. If we're only going to stay a week, then we're probably going to fly, because I don't want to drive, because it takes, we're getting older, let's face it, and it's hard. We almost made it that first day. We made it to Ocala. We were an hour away from Orlando, and less than an hour. And coming back, it was just such a drag. It was like we made it to Tennessee and everything, the hotel we always stay at, but it's like, man, you're like beat to death. It's like we got home Saturday, late Saturday. So we had Sunday before we started back at work. And it was like, man, that Monday and Tuesday, all last week was the longest week ever. Barry says, "Oh, did y'all get Voodoo Donuts? I don't remember seeing y'all vlog about it." We did get Voodoo Donuts, and I don't know if I did. It would have been the very first. It would have been the very first video at Universal. That was the first day we got there. We had hold on. Pretty sure we did. Or we may not have filmed the actual donuts. Again, like I said, we had just gotten there because we left early. We wanted to get there early the next day, so we left, and our hotel wasn't ready till 4 o'clock Friday afternoon. So we had to kill some time, so we just went straight to Universal. Yeah, it's the video crashing the party at Universal Studios. Yeah, that was when we got it. I don't know if I filmed it or not, but yeah, the donuts I got there I didn't like. I didn't like the there was like a cream one, like a custard one that I didn't think was any good. Jess didn't eat hers. We love Voodoo Donuts, but for some reason the ones that we picked, I guess just because they looked cool. There was a purple like Kool-Aid. They say it tastes like purple Kool-Aid. No, it did not at all. It looked cool, but no, it was okay tasting, but it did not taste like anything Kool-Aid at all. It was like a fancy looking purple dust and then purple sprinkles. I don't know if you know the name of that one, but I should have got the one I got the last time we were down there, which was like a s'mores donut, and that thing was epic. Took me 2 days to eat that. Buckeye Bob loves your Disney vids. I'm a huge Disney fan. Me and my wife go every year. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. When do you guys plan on going next? Have you and Jess ever visited Celebration? No, I'd love to go. I told Jess, I said, we need to buy a house down here. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I know Adam the Woo lives in Celebration now. He's got a place there. That'd be really awesome. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Celebration, Florida is kind of like a neighborhood that is built in like like a Disney type view. It's like I believe people even that have worked at Disney built that neighborhood. Like it looks very Disney like. Barry says, "Are the haunted houses at Kings Island kid friendly?" No, they're not. I know the ones at Six Flags over Georgia was for all there for a while. No, the ones at Kings Island, I mean, there's maybe no, they'll scare the pants off you. I mean, it's and you know, that's the kind of funny thing, Barry, about the with Kings Island, everywhere here in Cincinnati, it's no holds barred. They're gonna scare the crap out of you. There is a haunted house. I could hit a golf ball there. Well, maybe not, but it's not far. And it's the Dent Schoolhouse. Man, I mean, they are intense. Like they used to. I don't think they do anymore, but you used to have to sign a waiver uh to allow them to like if they touch you or something. Like it was after like a certain time. It was like after like 8 or 9 o'clock or something like that. Like kids weren't allowed. I think you had to be over 18. You had to sign a waiver that if you accidentally trip or fall, you can't sue them, you know. But I'll tell you what, that's about one of the scariest haunted houses you'll ever go to. I mean, they scare you to death. They come out of the woodwork. It's intense. Nothing like that from what I've ever seen at Halloween Horror Nights. Halloween Horror Nights is scary, but it's more of that jump type scare. It's not that I think this guy's going to kill me. I'm going to run this way. You know, like it's there's a lot of good haunted houses around here. So it doesn't really surprise me that Kings Island is number one because they've probably taken a lot of the actors from around here. Kings Island, for those of you who don't know, have started a lot of acting careers all throughout. I know a lot of singers, a lot of dancers. They come from Kings Island. They like start their career at Kings Island. A lot of these famous shows that they do, and which has kind of taken like a back seat over the last couple of years because of the pandemic. But they still do the shows, and they're awesome shows. And a lot of these actors, they really know what they're doing, and they know how to scare you. Hey, Dave, how you doing, buddy? Mr. Fontaine in the house. I haven't been to Disney World since senior trip 1998. The Haunted Mansion sticks to me to this day. I loved it so much, and nothing has changed, buddy. One of my favorite rides there. One of the hardest rides to try and get anything on camera. Because it's pretty much pitch black till you go down into the graveyard. And I mean, I got some of the stuff on there, some of the ghosts. We rode it. I think I filmed some of it during the Boo Bash. It was the Halloween party. Nancy says, yes, Barry Haunted Mansion is pretty kid friendly. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, the Haunted Mansion at Kings Island. Oh no, Nancy's talking about the haunted houses at Kings Island, not Haunted Mansion. All things Andrew. How you doing, buddy? Do they make you get your vaccine before you enter the gates in Disney World? No, they don't. Nope. Nancy says, okay, I stand corrected. Buckeye Bob Celebration is a nice place to visit when you have a free evening for a nice dinner. Plan on heading back to Disney in February. Hey, that's awesome. That's a good time to go to Disney. Nice and cool or cooler. I know we went in the end of February. That's when we did our week trip down there. We only went for a couple days, but man, it was one of the coldest winters Florida's ever had. Their highs were like some days it was in the 40s. And I was like, we were wearing coats, which we actually did videos down there in February, and you could see us all bundled up. I mean, there were a couple nice days where it got up into the 60s, but not many. Josh Lester, how you doing, buddy? I heard that the washrooms stink like poo and farts. Is this true? The washrooms? I'm not sure. The bathrooms? Most bathrooms at any theme park are pretty raw. Men's bathrooms, at least. I don't know about women's. Hey, Kathy, how are you? How's Larry doing? You guys doing all right? All things Andrew says, okay, buddy. Says, hey, how are you? Doing well, man. Doing well. How's your channel going? Andrew's got a YouTube channel going here. You guys check him out. He does all kinds of fun stuff. Also, if you guys haven't hit that like button, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Help push us out to the YouTube universe. If you're liking the show. I should have got me a coffee right tonight. I did not expect to be on this late, but for those of you who are joining, I really appreciate it. Anything you guys, really tonight's time, was all about Q&A of how our trip went and all that stuff. We did talk earlier about a lot of the things that we did not like on this Disney trip. But, if you guys want to check that out. Andrew said, I hit 178 subs today. Good job, buddy. Heck yeah. Dave Fontaine says, I see a bunch of stuff in the background. Are you a collector? I collect toys and 80s stuff. That sounds a lot cooler than what I got in the background here. No, I'm just kidding. This is pretty much all Jessica's stuff. She has, she's a collector. He's up here all of our Squishmallows pretty much from Kings Island this year. There's a couple stitches thrown in there. She has been collecting all the monthly stitches that they've been, I almost said giving away. They give them away for $30 a pop. But she collects a lot of the Disney pens. I collect a lot of the Star Wars pens, which I know I've had a few of you say we need to do a video on that stuff, and we'll get around to it eventually. There's so much stuff in here. This is the war room. What kind of 80s stuff you collect? I know I got some pretty cool Star Wars stuff, but nothing really to brag about. Kathy says he's not doing good. His legs are very swollen and fluid is coming out. He's having a very hard time. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, Kathy. Well, we'll keep him in our prayers. Ugh. So is that all coming from the virus? Like, is this what's caused all this? That's rough. All things Andrew says, thank you. You're welcome, man. Mr. Fontaine says, I have a couple videos of the Nerd Cave and document all of it on Instagram. Well, that's cool, man. Do I have you on YouTube? Or are you just on Instagram? I feel like I've seen something of yours before. It's been a while if I have. Been really busy the last few weeks. I've been catching up on a lot of y'all's videos because, yeah, we were gone all day, come home at night, and then it was like I would edit, put that video out, next day, repeat, 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 repeat. I had no time to do anything. That's cool, man. I'll look you up when I get off here, Dave. I think I have you on there. Nancy says, sorry to hear, Kathy. We'll be praying for you too. Absolutely. I hope he gets better. Barry says, do you think the haunted school and Dent will let you go behind the scenes or video going through? Is that something you would want to do? That is absolutely something I would want to do. Already checked on that, Barry. They will not let me. You know, it was something that, again, that was something I was really trying to dive into this whole YouTube thing from a professional approach from the beginning. I guess I didn't really realize that people might actually want to see like videos on my channel to feel like I'm legit, right? Because I'm going around telling everybody, I've got a YouTube channel. Hey, I want to do a review of your place and your place and your place. And it's like people don't really want but what they don't realize is I can put it out there if I want to. Like I could sit here and talk about the Dent Schoolhouse all night long if I want to, good or bad publicity. So it would only benefit them to let me in there and video a lot of stuff. But I can understand that you don't know who I am, right? Unless you've seen stuff on my channel. And if you don't know what kind of channel I am, it could be something they don't want to associate with. So I do understand that. But people don't think like a social media guru. I don't either. I just, I'm like the Joker. Right? I'm like a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught up with it. I just do things. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. Kathy says, yes, COVID caused it all. I thought I remember you saying it was the main. All they said he might never work again, but with prayers, God can do anything. So everyone, please be careful out there. Absolutely, absolutely. We, we had a friend not too long ago who passed, and it's hard to deal with. I won't go into it. I'm not going to answer any questions about it, but we did have a friend who passed, and it was a very sad situation, and it's very hard for them and their family, and God be with him. And absolutely, Kathy. David says Transformers, GI Joe, He Man, etc. Well, now you're in my zone here. Heck yeah. Room is a converted garage with wood panel walls like an old mom and pop video store with 80s movies posters everywhere. Lots of stuff. That is cool, Dave. That is really cool. Have you seen and Dave says in his thoughts too, Kathy, and have you seen the new, like the retro He-Man and Skeletor and the new ones they came out with, the new toys? I almost bought them. They're like $14.99 a piece, but they're really nice. They're really good ones. They had them at Walmart and Target. I almost bought them. Now I can't find them. I'm like, man, I wish I'd have bought He-Man and Skeletor. I don't want to have one without the other. I don't need to have the whole set, but I got to have the good guy and the bad guy. Barry says, yes, Kathy, you're in my thoughts and prayers. All things Andrew. How do I find you, Dave Fontaine? Yeah, that's the YouTube channel, isn't it? Just David Fontaine? Or is it under something different, Dave? Kathy says, thank you everyone so much. You don't know how much I appreciate it. Absolutely, Kathy. David says, just type my name or I think click my profile. I don't post much on YouTube, but a lot on Instagram. Yeah, you can hit me up on Instagram, Dave. It's just under Adventures with Danno on Instagram, and I'll just connect to you that way so I can see all your cool stuff. Hey, Ashley, how are you? Good to see you. Going to Tennessee next month to meet Jeff and Marie. That's awesome. That's really cool. You've met them before, haven't you? We met them not too long ago. That was a fun time. Man, that was great. They brought like, I don't know, I guess they thought me and Jess were gonna be really hungry or something. They brought like 50 donuts and like a case of water, and it was fun. Me and Jess were just or me and Jeff were videoing each other. That was a lot of fun. I titled that video "We Met YouTube Stars," which they are growing like crazy. They've got like 4,000 some. Me and Jeff started our channel at the same time, and he's been in and out of TV and radio his entire life. So he's a lot better at what he does at this than I am. But he was giving me all kinds of pointers and things to do and all that. It's great. And Marie, she loves Jess. Jess and Marie got along like really well. It was a lot of fun, and you'll like them. They're really nice people. Barry says, "Bummer, man. That would be cool. Is there any other haunted house locally that may be cool enough to let you go behind the scenes or do a walkthrough?" I actually think Kings Island would, Barry. I need to get a hold of them with that. Now, I can't obviously go through the haunted houses while there's no haunted house that will allow you to do that because that takes away from the scare. Now, that being said, I'm sure there are people who do it. You could probably I'm sure that there's been people that video Kings Islands. I know there's people that film Halloween Horror Nights, and they say they'll take them down. They never take them down, right? Because there's so many videos of Halloween Horror Nights on YouTube, all throughout the houses. So I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to be that guy that goes behind. There's people that film roller coasters at Kings Island. You are not allowed filming on any roller coaster at Kings Island, not one. And believe me, I've asked. And people get away with it, and that's fine. Like good for them. But I'm not. I don't need views that bad. And I don't want to I don't want them to take my video down or something like that. Because I want to work with them in the future. I work with the zoo on a lot of things. The Cincinnati Zoo. I've gotten in some kind of behind the scenes things at the Cincinnati Zoo. Some of our videos with the Cincinnati Zoo didn't do well, and I think it was earlier in the YouTube channel where I wasn't very good with titles. I think I came up with some just. That's kind of the thing with YouTube is you either have to be really big, or if you're smaller like I am, you need to have a really good thumbnail like me with a bear, biting down on my neck, I guess. And say, "Man barely lives at Cincinnati Zoo," or "Man barely gets away with life at Cincinnati Zoo." Then that video would go viral. But see, that's the problem is that I'm not a liar, and I don't want to trick people when doing a video. But a lot of the zoo videos that I've done, a lot of that stuff, I've walked around with employees that have worked there, different veterinarians. They actually wanted me to do an interview with a lady there. Not sure what I titled the video. It's one of the Cincinnati Zoo videos, but they were holding a COVID vaccine unit there, and they had reached out to me to want to do an interview with them, which was kind of cool because I was doing an interview with the head nurse of Cincinnati, Ohio, or Hamilton County, which is Cincinnati, Ohio. The head nurse, and I thought that was really cool. A lot of the stuff going on there I thought was kind of strange, but it was okay because I was there with other news crews. I was there with different TV channels and stuff. So to be included in that was really awesome. And a lot of this stuff I don't talk about just because I will on a live show or something, but I'm not going to do like an extra, like a video on it or nothing. Maybe in the future, we'll see. It worked for UDF, but I've done stuff with a lot of other places, and it's all kind of behind the scenes myself of just contacting people or them contacting me, and some people were fine with me giving names. Like she gave her name and I gave the name on the video. That was really nice. Because anybody when you're putting them out there, you want to make sure that if they're talking on the film on the camera and everything, that you've asked them for permission. Because you don't want to risk, you don't want them to be on there and be uncomfortable with you filming and putting it out there. Like I've caught up with people at Kings Island, like, hey, I had you in this clip here. Do you mind being in this video? And they're like, no, 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 it's fine. I'll give them a card. I'll get a comment from the video. They love seeing themselves in the video. It's fun. But yeah, I'm always asking, everybody. Nancy says, Barry, that haunted house in Den is the best. It is. It is. Probably the best I've ever been to. I wish they would let Nano go through it with a video. You guys convinced me. I'm going to ask him. Be like, here's my card. Look at the videos. Look at the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma. Sorry. I'm always quoting movies. Plus, I just watched Tommy Boy. Doesn't hurt so much here or here, right in this area. Dave says, yes, I have all the retro stuff, even Castle Grayskull. That's awesome, man. Oh, me and my brother growing up, I was always He-Man, had Castle Grayskull and the Tiger, uh, all of them. And Dave had, my brother had Snake Mountain and Skeletor and all them. We'd fight to the death. Oh, those were the days. Dave says, I even have an adult's collectible Snake Mountain that is huge. Oh, man, that's awesome. Yeah, hit me up on Instagram, Dave, so I can connect with you and check all this stuff out. No, it's just my name. Very creative. Yeah. Okay, I'll look you up, buddy. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I never thought. A lot of you guys, yeah, if you got YouTube channels, let me know because unless you tell me, I have no idea. Barry says Nancy would be awesome if y'all knew someone that worked there or someone to vouch for Danno just to get him in the door. I mean, they're probably. I'm gonna be honest with you, Barry. A lot of people around here. It's every time I go to Kroger, not every time, but I'm always getting looks, and I can even tell people come up to me and they've seen the channel. It's either through Kings Island or a food review or Disney World or Gatlinburg. Somebody has seen our videos from somewhere around here. So it wouldn't surprise. I almost feel confident enough that somebody would have seen the show, especially being so close. So I'm not kidding. Even today, I went to Kroger. And it was like two different people like looking at me, and you get that look like, oh, they know me, right? But I clearly don't know them. So they've seen the show or something. I've had people come up to me at Kroger's, and I know there were these two kids one time. I think I told some of you guys about it. But the mom comes up to me, and I'm getting like a can of beans or something, and the lady's looking down, and she's just staring at me, and I'm looking at her. This was like one of the first times like somebody had actually said something to me, and the lady, I walk by and she's like, Are you on the YouTube or something like that? Or are you Dano? And like her one kid is like really shy because she loved the channel or she loved the Disney stuff. Or it was Disney or Kings Island, one of them. But we get a lot of Kings Island. And she like I said, yeah, yeah, and when she said Dano, it like caught to me because like nobody except for you guys from the channel call me Dano. It's either Dan or Danny, and but it was really fun, and I was kind of like caught off guard at that time, and ever since that time, I've kind of gotten that feeling when somebody knows us. Like me and Jess will just be walking down. Me and Jess will just be walking through Kings Island. People come up to us all the time. all the time. We were down through a parade, and these guys, one guys are like, "We love your channel, we love watching your show," and I'm just like, Jess is embarrassed, and I'm like, "Ah, thanks." And a couple times, I know I went with my mom and my brother, and there were like four different groups that recognized me from the Kings Island videos. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, I never really expected it to get like this. And I'm not like, it's great and it's fun. And and I've told people, like, few of you have commented on here before who had seen us at Kings Island, and they say, we didn't want to interrupt you because you were filming stuff. I said, don't worry about it. Like, I'm an expert at editing now. I edit videos every day. Like, I'll take time to say hi or hang out with you for a minute, or whatever. Anything for a fan. But it's really cool. So I'm kind of ranting. Getting tired. Ashley says, I never met them before. We're going to have fun and going to meet Children's Family Adventures also. That's awesome. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Rob and Chelsea. Yeah, they were real. We were gonna try and go down and do like a tube. We were gonna go tubing, and just never got around to it. Just got busy saving money for the Disney trip. That was when you get down to the wire of it toward the beginning of the trip, you're checking everything. All the bills are paid, all this is paid. I worry about a month ahead of time. Like, I don't want to come home and have to save up a lot of money. I make sure we're bills are paid way in advance for the next month, so that we don't, Lord knows how much money we're going to spend down there. Plus, you never know what's going to happen, or something like that. Something could happen, and you need that quick emergency money. But it's it would have been nice to meet them. We'll meet them here at some point. It'd be nice to meet you too, Ashley. Nancy says, we also have a haunted hayride. I haven't done it, but they say it's really scary, probably because halfway through they drop you off in the middle of the forest. Enough said. Yeah, I've never done that one, but I have had friends that have done it. That's up in Westchester. And it's gotten expensive. I remember that used to be like $15. And now it's like $40 a person. I'm like, forget it. Like, I remember when that was a few excuse me, that was a few years ago. So it may be even more now. But I mean, it was like $35-$40 a person. That just seemed a little much. Andrew saying, hey, Ashley's World. Dave says, I absolutely love Jeff and Marie. My daughters especially love Marie. She is awesome. She is so good with the kids. We had a cabin literally in his neighborhood back in May. That's cool, man. We've never rented a cabin down there. We need to do it. It's just because we were going to go not too long ago, but it was so expensive. I mean, you couldn't even find anything either. This was like July, I think. And which I can't remember when we went down. It wasn't that long ago. I think it was July we went. Man, I don't remember. Oh, some of you guys would probably remember. I know it was the time when we went down there. We met Jeff and Marie and all them. Wasn't that long ago. It's when we got trapped in Anakeesta. Y'all remember that, right? Oh, that was crazy. They cut everything off because of the tornadoes. Not really, but the high winds. But yeah, we were gonna go back down, do like a few days before, like in August or something, and it was ridiculous. It was like $300 a night for Quality Inn. I'm like, no, we can't do that. There wasn't even anything available. But oh yeah, all that was available were cabins, and they were so outrageous, like 1,500, $2,000. I'm like, no, can't do that. Not before Florida. But that'll taper off. We'll probably get down there. I'd like to go down, Dave, like around Christmas time. Like, say, like maybe late November or early December, because Jess loves the Christmas. Barry says Jeff and Marie fed us a feast during the meet and greet. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, the meatballs and spaghetti. Yes, they speak fondly of you and Jess. They're so nice. They're such great people. They really are. We had a blast. I wish you could have went down there for that one, Barry. They've been nice to meet you too, buddy. But yeah, we met Barb and Bill and Jeff and Tootsie and um, I can't remember his name. Real nice guy. Does the metal detecting videos. I can't think of his name. Met him and his wife. We were both, they were up there with us on the Anakeesta mountain when it all had shut down. And we were like, how are we going to get out of here? Which ended up coming back on later, but we didn't chance it. We took the bus or the truck, the Ridge Rover Ranger, whatever they call it. Dave says, just followed you on Instagram. Oh, cool, man. My Instagram is strictly my nerd stuff. That's cool, man. That's great. I'm a big nerd myself, buddy. Barry says, I would bet that mysterious mansion in Gallenberg will let you document some things in their haunted house next time y'all are up there if you get in touch with them ahead of time. There are some a couple different haunted places up there, Barry. That mansion you're talking about, is that the one where the woman like jumped off the roof into the creek or something and she like waves at the window in the middle of the night? I don't know if it's that one or there's one Gray, it's a hotel, I think. Gray Shire or Greystone something. It's like it's in Gallenberg. And there was I won't go into the story on here because it's pretty graphic. I don't want to. Some about two girls and they both got murdered basically. And there was that hotel. Dang, I can't think of the name of it. So it begins with a G. Begins with a G. I don't know if it was Bob. Was it who did the video? Uh, all about the Smokies. I think he stayed there and mentioned it, and then my buddy Walt from Frontiersman Adventures stays there and tells the story. That's what it was. I can't remember the name of it though. I'll look it up and tell you about it. But yeah, I have to check this one out too, man. But this is like an actual like haunted house type deal. It'd be cool to do that, man. It would. I'm gonna contact the Dent Schoolhouse and see if I can do something like that. I'd probably have to do that like on a I don't know, because as it gets closer to Halloween, they open up more. Like they're actually one of the only haunted houses I know that's open on Sunday nights. A lot of them all close on Sunday. Like Kings Islands isn't even open on Sunday. It's like, yeah, I understand Monday everybody works the next day, but it ain't like, for people who have passes, they're in there spending money on drinks and food and all that good stuff. Ashley's World talking to Dave says, I'm trying to find you on Instagram. Kathy says, hold on a second. Kathy says, you're doing a great job, Danno. Thank you very much, Kathy. I really appreciate it. We try to entertain as best we can. We have fun lives and we love sharing it with you. At least we try. Yeah, see, I'm still getting used to this YouTube thing here where I touch the mouse and it scrolls all the way down. Then I got to go back up to the Ashley's World. Can you post Chelsea and Rob channel link? I can't find it. You can't find it. Aren't you subscribed to him? I can't. I mean, I don't think I can do it right now because they're not on. If they were on here, I could. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do that, Ashley. Not while I'm live, anyway. I mean, I could send it to you when we get off here. All things Andrew, did they ever find Brian Laundry? I don't know, man. I don't know. I know they said that they had found somebody that was definitely with him or that knew the direction he was going. Barry talking to Nancy. I haven't done a haunted hayride in years. Sounds like a lot of fun. And yes, Danno, haunted houses are expensive. Sounds like you guys have the good ones in Ohio. We do, buddy. And yeah, that haunted hayride, I know all about it. And yeah, it's freaky. I mean, they come out of everywhere to get you. That's another one I think you have to sign a waiver for. There's a few different ones around here that you had to do that because they wanted to scare you to death. They used to do that at the one on the river. They quit doing that because something happened. Um, it's the USS Nightmare on the Ohio River. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that one is way overhyped. That is not that scary. Like it's cool because it's on the river, right? You're on a giant boat, and it's like a bunch of like zombie uh, captains, sailors and stuff. But I don't know if it was just the time. The last time we went, it was kind of cheesy. There is this one scene though, like that's pretty crazy. I will give them this. Okay, there's this one scene where you're like coming through this hallway thing, and there's like this giant hole, and you think you're gonna like have to walk around the hole, but you don't. It's just the way it looks, right? They kind of give it away because you can see the last group because they send you off in groups, but you can always see the last group walking over top of it. But it's like you got to kind of like feel around to kind of figure it out. And then when you come through, there's like this steam coming out, and it's this giant room with the captain of the ship, and it's just huge skeleton, like in the middle of the ship. And it's like looking at you, like doing this growling thing and like moving around. It's creepy looking, and that is one thing in that scene of USS Nightmare that is pretty awesome. I'll give them that. That part and toward the end. The problem is that they try to incorporate like other characters like Jason, not Jason, but a guy with a chainsaw, and it's like he comes up behind you and like he's rubbing the chainsaw. That's like the very end of it. And it's like that was the scariest thing. Like when the guy just comes out and shoots the chainsaw across the chain link fence that they got. And uh that's like the scariest part. That and the room with the captain that's just this giant skeleton. I mean, he's huge. Absolutely huge. Dave says, we live in Charleston, South Carolina. We spent 6 days in the cabin and the last 2 in Margaritaville on the island. Did you like that, Dave? I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard that it's awesome from a few people. But I've heard that it's overpriced for what you get. I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool to have one of those rooms that kind of overlooks the fountain and all that. I can just rappel off of it and go down to Kryptonite store. I love that store. Next time I go down there, I swear, like I got to commit myself to going in there and spending like a couple $100 because it's like we go down there and like I start thinking like, oh no, we want to eat here, do this, do that, and it's like by the end of our trip, it's like and we always stay at Quality Inn, always because it's cheap, it's nice. They got a hot tub, and it's right across the street from the island. So it's really nice to go there, be able to walk across the street over there and get a snack and hang out. And great music too. Love all the music. Ashley says, all things Andrew, I can't find Children's Family Adventures. It's not family adventures. It's just the Childress adventures. It's just the Childress adventures. Dave says we would come up again this year. We would come up again this year, but things popped up like 3 new guinea pigs, and also my oldest daughter needs braces. Oh, yeah. 3 new guinea pigs, huh? No, they're fun. Yeah, and braces ain't cheap either. Not these days. Might wanna look into I don't know, like, I had a cousin of mine who just a few years ago, he had he his dentist said he needed braces, and he's like, 30 something years old. And, so he got these, like, they're not like the old school braces. They're like this thing that you put up like almost like false teeth in a way, kind of look that way, but they go up in your mouth like uh false teeth, but they go around his gums. And he loved it. He wore them for like a couple of years, and they straightened his teeth out and didn't cost much. And if he's watching this, he's probably gonna kill me. Oh, I didn't say his name. Andrew says, "That's not good, Ashley. What have you tried searching their name?" Yeah, it's just the Childress Adventures. Dang, I did it again. Dave says to look it up specifically, that is. Yeah. On Instagram. Hmm. Uh I don't know, man. I got lost because the way this thing works now. I'm gonna have to figure out how to slow this thing down on the scroll on my mouse because YouTube changed this thing and it's like ridiculously fast. And I think they're trying to answer for everybody who's doing lives and stuff on their phones and on their tablets. Because when you do that on your with your finger on a tablet or phone, you can go back and you can do that a little fast. But if you're using the mouse, I mean, this thing is so touchy, it's crazy. So if I miss anything, just re-comment and I'll get to you. I think I'm caught up here though. Well, as far as Barry says, mysterious mansion is on River Road next to Edgewater Hotel. Edgewater Hotel, that's it. That's the hotel that I was thinking of. That's it. Near the ski lift that takes you up to the Glass Bridge attraction. Yes. Yeah, okay, so it's a haunted house there, but there's actually like a uh that Edgewater Hotel, that's the hotel where those two girls there was something that happened and they got killed and there's like ghosts. That's basically the gist of the story. DP Mark, what's up, buddy? How are you, man? Kathy says we were supposed to be leaving this weekend for the Smokies, but that's not possible. So I booked for November. Hopefully the prayers will heal. And so maybe we'll be able to meet you, Ashley's World. That's awesome. Yeah, that'd be cool. I wish we could go down in November. Maybe we can make it happen. I don't know. Maybe I can work a miracle. Let me know the date you're going down there. Because if we're gonna go down there, I'd like to meet some of you guys. Because that would be awesome. Crisco is back. What's up, buddy? How are you, man? How is life? Kathy says, hi, DB Mart. Hope all is well. He says, hope so. Kathy says, hey, Crisco. Ashley says, Dave Fontaine, thank you. I found them. Awesome. Crisco says, hi, Miss Kathy. Great to see everyone here. Hey, Crisco. Hi, David. Everybody chatting away because slow Danno. Dave says, love Margaritaville, to me worth every penny. There was a lady that said that when we were down there. I was doing a video around the fountain and all that stuff, and there was a lady right before they did their big show. who was staying at one of those, and she said it was worth every penny. She said it's a little expensive, but she said it was well worth it, being right in the middle of it all and all that. Yeah, well, we're gonna stay there one time. Did you stay in one of the like lofts over by the fountain, or did you stay in the bigger part of the hotel, or the other part of the hotel on the main drag? I guess it don't matter. I may have some questions for you too, because like I hear like if you stay at the hotel, you get some discounts on some stuff, like at least maybe some of their food. So I know their food's a little pricey. Barry signing off. Have a great week. You too, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. DP Martin says hi, Crisco. I said hello. We spent several hundred at Three Bears. Dang. Is the restaurant? Oh, Three Bears, the shop. Yeah, well, it's easy to do. Chris goes, I got to get back to the mountains. Me too, man. Me too. Been a crazy Monday. You know what? It has. It has. Chris goes, Bosphus giving me trouble. Feed him. Kathy says, hi, Jano and Jess. Hey, Kath, how are you? T and Me TV. How you guys? Hey, Danno, just tuned in from Nashville. Hope you are well. We are, man. Hope you are too. Hope you and the missus are doing great. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Says hello, Dan and Jess. Good to see you guys. You been jamming there, Tommy? They got a great channel too. T and Me TV. Michelle's Tasty Dishes. Great channels here. And apparently David Fontaine has a channel here where he does his retro 80s stuff. Pretty awesome. DP Mart's still trying to watch all of you and Jess vids. Y'all put some out there. Good time watching. Yeah, we really cranked them out, man. It's and you know, I did it. I was trying to stick true to the daily, get something out here every day. And we did it and then some, and it worked out, but I got to say it burned me out. I'm not going to lie. It was not easy. Um I don't even, 3 weeks of videos in 2 weeks of actually being there. Me and Jess were like, it's funny the way you have to think, right? It's like, okay, so we're going to Magic Kingdom and then we're going to this awesome restaurant, right? So I don't want to take away from the cool stuff that we're doing at Magic Kingdom. So we'll do this video, and then we'll do another video at this restaurant. So we have to think in our heads that this is another day. Like this is how we do it anyway. Like we start a whole new intro, we start a whole new video here, and we show all you guys all this awesome food, how much it is. A lot of people who follow us go to Disney, and it's like we want to show you guys, how much this meal is or whatever it is so that and show you the food to see if it's even someplace that you want to go. And we do that down in Gatlinburg and down there too. That's why we do, we'll be at the island or something. We'll do a video there, and then we'll, in the middle of it, we'll eat at a restaurant. We always try to do something different, so that in case people, because the last time we went down there was a string of bad luck for us. But in some ways, we were glad that we ate at some of these places because we were able to let you guys know that they are not worth the price. You're better off going to Texas Roadhouse over this place because it's something that is going to be good, worth something, it might be. But the time we went there, which I know a lot of you guys probably know which one I'm talking about, Timberwood, it was terrible. But that could have just been, we've had some of you get on here and say that you've had great experiences at Timberwood. Now, we were there in the heart of the pandemic and probably not many employees, and they probably just didn't care or whatever. That's fine. But $75, $80 on dinner, it should be perfect. And it wasn't. And we just didn't hold back. And people appreciate that about Jess, is that she's 100% honest. She will let you know if it's terrible. She's not going to ever try to sugarcoat anything, no matter what it is, whether we're at Disney, our own house, or anywhere else. Like, and that's why I love her, because she is 100% honest about everything. Dave says, we have one of those rooms looking over the ships, but not by the fountain. I think those rooms are one bed only, not sure. And they look kind of small. They look kind of small too. And that's, well, that's cool though. Overlooking the ships there. Dave Fontaine, you do get a coupon back book for discounts. We've stayed there twice. Yeah, that's one thing I'll always say to anybody that it doesn't go down to Gatlinburg much or Pigeon Forge. You're not going to save much, but $1 here, $1 there, $2 here, $2 there. Stop at any hotel, and I can tell you right in the breezeway of Quality Inn, there is a huge stack of nothing but discounts, like for everything, you know. And like I said, it ain't going to be much, but if you start adding up all those prices, you can save $30, $40 for your week trip, you know. So, I mean, that's a tank of gas at least. Dave says, you do get I'm at shops and know the rooms are definitely not small. The overlooking rooms, like the ones by the fountain, they're pretty big. The one bedroom. I don't know. I watched a video. I think that was Bob too, all about the Smokies, and whichever one he was in looked like it was pretty small. But I don't know if that was the one overlooking the fountain or not. How was your guys? How was your Nashville live tonight, Tommy? I was gonna get on there, but I got on here to do this because I messed up a video big time. Like I killed it, and I was like, I'm just gonna go live and I'm gonna talk about this stuff and anybody at once, because I know a lot of people are wanting to, I got a lot of emails, a lot of messages from you guys about Disney, and I know a lot of you guys are going to Disney, which I think they're off now, but I just wanted to go over a couple things, a lot of the things that we liked, which are pretty common, but a lot of the things that we disliked. And really, the only two major things that we disliked was the trams not running. So you got to walk 2 miles to the park, mile and a half at least. And that's Magic Kingdom. That's probably the worst one. Michelle Stacy Dish says, night, everyone. Have a blessed night and week. You too, Michelle. Have a good night. Thanks for joining. His had one bed and a couch. It does look smaller, but the 2 bedrooms are rather roomy and very nice. Staff is very nice. I don't have anything bad to say, really. Well, that's good to hear, man. That's awesome. Because that makes me feel better about staying there. And really, the lady who we talked to, she had nothing bad to say about it either. She was pretty like 3 sheets to the wind though, so it's kind of hard to take her. Really nice though. She was really nice, but she had probably done a couple of those moonshine tastings, and I love it down there, man. That's one of our favorite things to do. We love the island. It's very peaceful. Everybody there is very friendly, and for the most part, we went down there. Best mellow mushroom I've ever eaten at. We really weren't big fans of mellow mushroom, but it was like we just wanted some kind of pizza stuff. Man, it was delicious. Oh yeah, man. People watching is the best. DP says, Michelle, have a good night. Yeah, we're gonna have to shut her down here in a couple minutes anyway, guys. I gotta get up pretty early myself. I didn't plan on really being on here this late, but hey, you guys jump in here. I love chatting with y'all. And Dave, yeah, I'll check out your Instagram here in a few minutes and your YouTube channel. That is awesome, man. I'd love to do that. We love people watching. That's like it's fun to do. You see all the smiles, you see everything everybody gets, you see that snack or toy or something. Where'd you get that? Like that looks delicious. That's the first time I went to. Well, I mean, it's been years ago, but we went to Fanny Farkle's, and a guy had walked past me. I'm like, man, where'd you get that? And he's like, that place up there that looks like a carnival. And I'm like, what is he talking about? I kept walking. I'm like, you know what? It looks like carnival food here. That must be it. And I could smell it. I was like, I've been getting a sausage there every time we go. And Fanny Farkles, hold on to your cups. Don't get rid of your Fanny Farkles cup because they honor that all the time. It doesn't matter what, as long as it's a Fanny Farkles cup, you can always get refills for $1.50. I mean, it's like $7 or $8 for the cup. So if you forget it, it ain't that bad. But $1.50 for refills, you can't beat that down there. Have a good night, DP. All right, Kath, have a good one. See you, Nancy B. Yeah, we're gonna shut her down, guys. I really appreciate all you guys joining tonight. It was a lot of fun. We might try and do some more lives in the future. It's fun hanging out with you guys, just chatting, talking about our lives. And this also allows me that when I have a video crash thing that just happens, and I gotta just, it happens. I kind of felt like I had to do something, and we've gone over 80 days. I was going to title the video tonight, but I didn't get it. I was going to title Around YouTube in 80 days because we have been putting videos out every day. We've been doing a daily vlog for 80 straight days. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad that Jessica has not lost her mind because sometimes I feel like she just wants to throw me off a cliff. I can't take this YouTube no more. But that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I thank you all so much for watching. And with all that being said, I am out. And always remember, the adventure is out there.